Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna install 1600 plus fonts in our Windows 10. What's gonna happen? Before we start, make sure to click the subscribe button below and leave a like. Okay then, let's get started. So I have actually downloaded a font pack which has 2526 fonts, but mostly 1000 of those fonts are invalid and cannot be installed on Windows. So 1600 plus only of those fonts are installed. So this may take a while to install. But still, this is quite a huge number of fonts on your Windows. So can these thousands of fonts slow down our Windows? Let's find out. The installation is done, and I can observe already that Windows is lagging, slow and sometimes unresponsive. I'll just try to refresh this. So let's go to the font folder to double check the number of the fonts installed. Windows is starting to get really slow and lagging. So this may take a while to load all fonts. By the way, this is on SSD, so we should expect it to be fast, but in this, too many fonts does slow down Windows. There are 1677 fonts installed. This is really a lot though. Let's restart Windows to see if there are any changes in the startup. So I restarted Windows and let's see how long it will take to boot up. And by the way, this is on SSD, so this should boot up fast, and also my startup items is only minimal, so the startup items shouldn't affect the startup. And for some reason, it freezes. Let's still wait for it to respond, and we will do a restart again to see if this will happen again. Okay, so, the loading button freezes, but that is still starting up, which is weird. And the startup took 42 seconds, which is very slow. So we're gonna do a cold start to see if the freezing loading icon still appears. So this is now on a cold startup. Let's see if the freezing loading icon appears again. So this one is different from the last one. Instead of the freezing loading icon, this one is a blank screen. But still, let's wait until it will log on. And finally, after 1 minute and 3 seconds, it finally started. And that was very long startup despite that this is on SSD. So this is one of the reasons, never install too many fonts on your Windows. Let's try to open programs. To start with, we're gonna open Microsoft Word. Despite that, Microsoft Word is a light program, and it should open fast. With this, it took time to load up, of course because of the fonts. Let's just try to type some few words. This is the advantage of having many fonts. You get to choose many fonts depending of your use and taste. But in return, your Windows will be slow and unresponsive. But as the moment you use the program, the lag and slowdown disappears. That makes the program usable again. Now let's try to use heavy programs. Let's open Adobe Photoshop and try to type something. Just be aware that this is on time lapse. On real time, the app really starts too long. It takes more than 5 minutes to start. And finally, after all those minutes, it finally started. So we're gonna try to type something to see if the app is usable. And this is where it took too long to load.
A few minutes later. A little longer than a few minutes later.
Finally, after a couple of minutes, all fonts has been loaded up. Let's now type something. And the app freezes. In conclusion, never install thousands of fonts on your Windows. Aside from it will slow down your Windows, it also greatly affects your startup. That's it for today. If you like this video, click the subscribe button below and leave also a like. I'll see you on the next one.